Who are you?
We are the Limpopo Merit Awards, the Generation 2021, and we are taking charge.
Good, Generation 2021, and you are taking charge. What is your mission?
Our mission is to inject hope to the youth of South Africa.
Inject hope to the youth of South Africa. Is that all?
No, basically, we want to eradicate all the dirty and all drugs and substance abuse from our streets so that they can be safe and clean for the next generation.
We gather here today because we have an obligation to empower our artists and athletes. We empower them through financial, social, psychological support. We do this because the world has shifted and is moving at a faster rate than yesterday. Talent only will not assist you, but talent and planning will help you when talent can't carry you. Sportsmen and women know that their period of performance is very short, which means when it is still sunshine, they have to make hay.
We must not forget that when we have performed and done almost everything, there is life after performance. There is life after scoring that goal and celebrating with your team. So when we see the young American and the Japanese girl in tennis, those young girls coming out and saying, I withdraw from this tournament. When the world says you are number one in the world, we want you to be in that tournament. She says, I have a psychological barrier to perform. It is a simple example of being able to accept that you are a human being. You have a mental health that you must look after. At some point between 2012 up to 2018, this sector was even the growing sector when all other sectors were not able to grow at the same rate that they used to. In fact, they were having a negative growth. So when you contribute these billions to the country's economy, the gross domestic product, creating 1.1 million jobs, surely you must be serious about your business.
I'm one of those people who advocate for let the voices of the creatives be heard. I know what it's like to be a child standing in front of all of you here and believing that you have talent, and then you go to the city and you get exploited for that. They're not here to see you perform here in, what's this place called, the ranch. They don't know the work that my Joy puts on stage for you to do that. And then you go audition for Skim Sam and they say, you must sleep with someone. I'm the one who says, why must we sleep with people for what is naturally ours? So I do this work. I've changed my language, not to call out the abusers in the entertainment industry, to call them in. Change your ways. There's enough money for all of us. Why must you abuse others? Because if anything, you're calling bad luck and evil for yourself. Your money will run out faster. And your legacy will be remembered by the abuse that you caused to people's children. We all have ancestors and God loves us equally. We were all given talents. Television is like this stage. We are all meant to shine. So if your job is to light when they perform, light them up. If your job is to fix the mic so that my voice can be audible, do that. If your job is to make sure that the invoices go in on time and get paid, do that. Don't try to exploit people's children sleep with them, make them feel like they don't belong, because this entire South Africa belongs to all of us.
This program is at no cost to you. The department is actually paying for this service so that you can actually deal with your issues because they care. And we care. That's why we are here, Silapha. So basically, they are paying so that you can have the service as a way of providing services. So I want to end by saying thank you to all for keeping us entertained, all of you for keeping us entertained and glued to our screens, especially through this pandemic where many have lost their lives and many lost their jobs, but just you kept us going. And for keeping our nation on the map out there. So on that note, remember, the Silapha, we are here for you, and all you need to do is to reach out and make use of the service, because there is no shame in being human and owning up to your problems, because you are not your problems.
I started drinking alcohol, I'm not proud, but at around 14 years old, Mangala under 16, I was already a heavy drinker. Playing under 16, I was a heavy drinker, I was not a starter. Being shy at 14, moving forward, until when I broke into the first team. I didn't start abusing alcohol when I was signed by Kaizer Chiefs. I was already an alcoholic at that age. Sure. So I see, I come down, I 14 years old, and I 14 and a talent. Guys, it's not easy to be a superstar. So the program is Silapha, I'm very close to it, because he is on I'm actors, I'm musicians, and other athletes, to come out and share these stories together, because we don't get the platform. I'm not dancing now because I was now mingling around with musicians, actors, and those guys, they do this thing a lot more than us players. Tinama player, you need your body better to work. Yeah. But they can do it and go in the studio and release a hit. Yeah. But I needed my body to work. And now I was hammering this thing. Yeah, white collar, they were making money. But guys, let's stay strong. The Silapha is here. We're gonna fight this. We're gonna win together. Thank you.
In terms of contract, like I'm Mr. Matlangu Babula Gabon, a very signer. Also, no signer, when I was over now, Sanity forming of Emika. And I will go to Machele Monatas Barotokumana Abukai. Impact about sign a moment Nagasvola, Air Tabula Copy, Lazava Cortona, Coca-Cola no parents, the Magenta Akai Tazi Lavorna, who sepi Joangola no parents, you sepi Joangola no parents, Kikatavaya the contract.
How never discover we have for Buffalo for contract, Baliboniba as a scout or
Bamponic real Rovas, then about Lata Mogai. Kaya kasuela kagola no parents impa yobata babora sana momo naga sebola na pilo uralo ke laska pasala no parents kagele na ke tseba bola ke tswa from a poor family mo lore be ke naga na re ke fitla no parents ke tla khumana tse di motse or la pala shu le khona go phela. So the artist ngene to go le gore le bo itshwara shepe ba re uzo ithola kanjani uhlele khoneng. Stand up and work. Let's go to the hotel. You know what? Keep your job, then I'll keep my body. Take it or leave it. Artists, know your rights. Don't allow anybody to use you. Don't allow anybody to blame with your talent. Your talent is your talent. Yeah. Artists, stand up. No.
So what I'm saying, wherever whether it's football, whether it's music, whatever. If somebody's falling or I got a couple of friends, musicians, every time I invite them a performer, whiskey, half. Get your wine and no, get a plug. Get a plug Because we need the full of you, Mustaji. Understand? We need the full of you. So save your soul and perform for us, and then the other entertainment to like after. Understand? And then sometime I want to maybe he gets a principal or something. Understand? But and then even heavy. It's how many issue, and then a problem, and then even heavy, then walwala, depression, and all those things. And then but we were born loyal because in our soul we are loyal. So we are loyal. Understand? So alcohol, violence, are disparate out this. Let's be careful. Let's look after ourselves. It's not wrong, not because it's legal. Understand? But I don't know, drink chocolates. I would say because the lesser you drink or the right way, how no pillar, the more you will also save money for yourself or for the future. But now we all know, but who was 0-0 at the bank. How can over this top, over soccer star, over famous musician, but how to is 0-0, it's impossible. Understand? So Ari Tokobele.
Financial planning is basically to say, how do I plan my finances, right? Then the beginning of how you plan your finances is have a budget, right? A quick question. If you don't have money, is there a need to draft a budget? Is there a need to have a budget if you don't have money?
Yes.
There is, right? You don't have to have money for you to be able to budget. Because by definition, budget is, this is my plan on how I'm gonna use my money. Even if it's not there, but you have a plan on how you're gonna use your money.
The issue, why do we have, I was looking at the statistics of suicide in South Africa. It's quite high. Actually, we are the third in the whole world. And the statistics was quite high amongst the men. So I am saying, if you have a challenge, sit down with someone close to you. If you feel these are matters, serious matters you cannot share with other people, go and see a psychologist. Because our people, especially the black, our people, they think that psychology is not working, or psychology is for whites, or psychology is for mad people. No, I have my own psychologist. Every time I check with her, am I still okay? Isn't that we are taking cars for services, right? Yes, even a human being needs that. That is why you go to church, to feed the spiritual part of you. So psychologist is there to address the emotional issues so that you can see things clearly.
She covers the scars with a ring of lies, making up stories when confronted face to face. Culture and religion blinded both victim and tyrant, dominating their ship by having relations without a concern. A woman who violated deeply to an extent that she will bleed heavily as he testifies and feels proud about how strong he is, bragging about how man enough he is. Her pride restricts her to walk away believing that endurance is the only way to conquer the intense pain felt inside. She can't socialize with workers anymore. Fed up to the core, neglected support groups, women's schemes because she believes she's doing it for her kids. Neighbors no longer gossip, kneeling on the palm of the floor, pleading with the Most High to deliver her from the emotional torture and physical agony. She has a no scar. She has a no scar, a thigh scar and a deep hole in a heart filled with anger and regret.
fele pelo sa mma wena ke sata
Washa, iri kuri puncha, kaya ikuto mo malingo bakancha, iri kuri pusha, kaya ikuto mo malingo babresa, iri kuri pasa, kaya ikuto mo malingo bagrasa, iri kuri zaga, ismane umnichambura, iri toni chomo katore na saite, tare melisa mo kopali ona yare reta, mukamolare ficha bare beta mazo. Lipmopo, difficile di cacapa, va a lele ho, va a vele mao, tu le va fe mao, ve machala la rifita va do dula umura, tena tena.
Soka Silapha engaku mi nga kota ku mi famba district mba mi karhi mi dyondzisa swilo leswi kota artist kota ku gain more experience ngopfungopfu xilo lexi nga xi dyondza i mhaka ku artist i fanele kota ku tiyimela loko swi ta ka financial xin'wana xa koho lexi hi nga ta xi endla hina van'wana as ti-representative ta ti-artist ni ta va ni karhi ni teka swilo leswi ni nga swi dyondza lani as an artist ku artist i fanele endla yini na yini na yini ku hi kota ku phuxuka na mina ni ya swi sherela van'wanyana na vo va kota ku va gaina the experience so lexi xi navelaka ka Silapha ingaku mingo ya mahlweni na ku va mi nyika ti-program ta hi ndlela leyi leti nga ta va ti karhi ti dyondzisa ti-artist mi va mi karhi mi encourage hi ku hambanahambana ka hina hi ndlela yeleyo.
The government need to ensure that we have the programs like this Silapha maybe twice to 3 times a year so that we can learn more and always revise about what we need to do. Remember, whenever you are at home sitting alone, you always think that you know better or you know things. But remember that there is under the ambit of economics, they always say that there is the reason for international trade because there is no country that can exist in isolation and there is no country that can be self-sufficient. So what I love about this whole thing is that we came here and we learned much. We have interacted with the department, the people from various departments. We've got the artists here. We've got the sports persons. It's like it's a quid pro quo exchange. We are exchanging information. So we don't have to wait for extraordinary circumstances to do good. We need to use ordinary situations. Thank you so much.
Hey!
very much. The Silapha program, it's a wonderful program, particularly for athletes and artists as a whole. But everybody, administrators and everybody who seek to need assisted in terms of the wellness program. For example, the counseling here that we got for free. The sharing of the story by the Peninibiana, Lutza Sabola, and on top of that, the GBV, that presentation, it was wonderful to hear what we had. But all in all, as government, we see what the president has launched, because I see social development, I see health. Now people are vaccinated now. I see sport. I see all integration of Department of Sports and Arts and Culture, Social Development and Health. Now, the president has launched what we call the district-based development model, where all departments must integrate. And Silapha is purely that. They've integrated all: wellness, lifestyle, financial management, and then counseling beyond. For us, it's a blessing, and we see this program not as a 3-year program, as a continuous program that has to be there in all departments. You could partner with any other department to make sure that not only athletes, not only artists, but holistically, people which are involved within this world of sports and life. But I want to say that as Limpopo Department of Sports, we appreciate the wonderful work that we have done, the impact. I mean, the feedback that we get from our athletes, it's so wonderful. Some are attending counseling for free now as I'm speaking. So it's wonderful. This must continue. We want to appreciate the minister. We want to appreciate also our MEC. We want to appreciate all the political heads to make sure this program come into place. And we wish you well that it must come back next year. It must continue. We don't want to see continuous project like this one that is required by all of us. Thank you very much, and let's keep on keeping on.